Hi, Jennifer Nicely here with Pinnacle Real Estate Academy. Today I want to talk to you about a topic that not a lot of realtors know about or understand or possibly feel that it's important to know. And so I wanted to take this quick moment to talk about why this is important and why you as a realtor should know about this topic and somewhat in depth. We're going to talk about FEMA and flood insurance. This is something that I personally did not know much about before moving here to the Grand Strand. Most of my practice was in Charlotte, North Carolina, and we don't deal with flood and FEMA that much. So this is something I had to learn myself. But fortunately, this is also a part of our 2017-2019 core course that is mandatory for our continuing education, which is fantastic for all the realtors in Horry and Georgetown County. To get this started, there's a lot of people who are saying that the new FEMA zoning is a good thing or it's going to be detrimental. And honestly, it's not necessarily a detrimental problem. It depends on where you live in Horry County of whether or not this is going to be good for you or this is going to be bad for you. So let me give you a little bit of history on FEMA. Did you know that on average, there is a 26% chance that your home will flood in a 30-year mortgage? Now that blows my mind, but let me put it into perspective for you. There is a 1 to 2% chance that your home will catch fire in a 30-year mortgage. In the South, we have about 18% of people in the South are covered with flood insurance. That is outrageous. Every October for the last 2 years, we have had a major flood where it has damaged numerous of properties and over $300 million worth of crops. But this is still a topic that agents don't understand. Couple of things. There are changes coming to FEMA. You have heard about the zoning that's going to be changed, and the majority of people are saying how detrimental this is going to be to our homeowners. But honestly, it may not be detrimental. It may be a good thing, it may be a bad thing for you. It literally depends on where you are in Horry County. Years past, it could be 1 decade, 2 decades, 5 decades ago, when FEMA came about, they made certain rules. And every year or every few years, they may change these rules and laws. So years ago, FEMA put out new zoning laws that said the homes in the Cherry Grove area had to be a minimum of 12 to 13 feet high on their stilts in order to conform to that current FEMA zoning. Well, since then, they've changed those FEMA zonings and they have required that homes be built around 14, 15, 16 feet high on stilts. So the homes that were built back in the 70s that conform to the zoning in the 70s do not currently form to our zoning here now, which says 15 to 16 feet high. When it doesn't conform to zoning like that, it limits the homeowners on what they can do to the property. They aren't necessarily grandfathered in as you would assume. As far as the Cherry Grove area, not all of Cherry Grove as a whole, but in certain pockets of Cherry Grove, the new FEMA zoning is going to allow those homes that are at 12 and 13 feet to conform with our current zoning because they're going to change that down to a lower level. Now, there are certain pockets of Horry County, let's say inland, that has never flooded until Hurricane Joaquin back in 2015. This was a 100-year flood when that happened with Hurricane Joaquin. Those homes inland had never flooded before. But now that they have flooded with Hurricane Joaquin, there are new zoning changes that are happening that may change that area into an actual flood zone. The point of this video is to tell you that no matter where you are in Horry County, there's something happening with zoning. There's something happening to where it could positively benefit you or negatively benefit you. There are a lot of other videos I'm going to be doing on FEMA. There are probably 3 or 4 different segments of topics that we need to talk about. So come check us out on YouTube. Give us a call. If you have any questions, we're always here to help. Follow us on Twitter, Pinterest, Instagram, and check us out on our website. We're always here to help.